Just want to say, if you are watching over on YouTube, please make sure that you do indeed head over to the Twitch channel. The link for that will be in the description down below, and give the Twitch channel a follow. Also, you might notice that I had a bit of a haircut. I actually did it myself, essentially. It looks pretty good. Few little spots here and there that I kind of messed up on. But I think it, it turned out pretty well. Can't actually see that side because my second monitor is over there. But, yeah, I like it. It's pretty short, though. Usually I'd probably make it, well, when I go to the hairdressers, I would tend to get it a little bit longer on the back and sides, but I just put a shaver, well, not a shaver, a clipper head, and just went for it, really. I did actually shave a mullet in. If you don't know what a mullet is, it's kind of like I would assume most people would know what a mullet is, where it's like long on the top and long on the back, but with the sides shaved. So I had that going on just to kind of make my girlfriend think she was dating someone that's a little bit crazy. Either way, we've got an incident here with Ed Stone, but yeah, as you can see. Oh, okay. He thinks T-Bone Bright has a bright future, and that he'd be willing to put him over in order to take him to the next level. That's pretty cool. So it's good for 3 matches and will expire in 3 months. Yeah, I think that's really good. Obviously, it's good for T-Bone. Probably not going to be doing anything, purely for the fact that essentially they're both faces, so yeah, basically what's going to happen there is it would be face versus face, and I'm not sure if we want to do that. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're expecting nearly 14,000 fans. So I think we're going to once again go to the, Clover Fields, as that's definitely the best venue for us. I'm just wondering, because I think they might have updated it, but it doesn't look like they did anything different. Anyway, Clover Fields it is. Let me just quickly check that the stream's actually working properly here. Let me do a little refresh. Strange. I mean, it kind of said that I was offline, but I'm very obviously still online. Let me have a look here, and then we'll start booking. I noticed that in the last stream, when we were booking towards Excessive Force, that stream was relatively quick. You know, most of the ones from the beginning were kind of like they were pretty long. They were, yeah, okay, it's working, kind of. Yeah, they were about 3.5 hours long, whereas the last one we did was under 3 hours. So obviously it would be nice to try and, I guess, make things as quick as possible, but obviously I don't want to be rushing through things. Anyway, our first match. Now, what did I do on the last stream? Because it has been quite a while. It's probably been, what, 3 days? 4 days, maybe? So I think we made someone the number 1 contender. It was Aaron Andrews, that's right. Okay. So we're going to be booking towards Aaron Andrews, who we will remove from that. I think I want to actually add in Mighty Mo to this one, our new number 1 contender storyline. And I also think we need to remove our boy Sammy back from this one. And I think we probably could remove Wolf Hawkins, but I'm not sure if we want to do that just yet. Because, of course, Jay did actually beat Wolf in the last pay-per-view, in the last stream. which essentially, you know, it was a clean win. So the fact that Wolf lost his title in the Total Mayhem match means that, you know, now I guess Jay's victory is a little bit more solidified. Anyway, we're also going to go with Mitch Nace on commentary for this first TV show. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully, like I said in the last stream, well, I'm hoping that it's going to at least get rid of some of the announcing penalties. Anyway, what do we need to do? I can't remember what I was doing. We need to add Sammy back into the storyline. That's what we're doing. Okay. And then in this one, we need to add our boy Aaron Andrews. And I think that should be pretty good. That match, Jay Court, Aaron Andrews, I think will be a very, very solid main event pay-per-view. So, with that said, let's run a tag match. And I think what I want to do is we're going to have Ed Stone and Aaron Andrews teaming up to take on Mark Speed. Yeah, Mark Speed and Jay Cord, who, as you can see, he's got a couple of 85s now in his popularity. So he, as the champion, is definitely improving, at least in his popularity. And I really need to get that new referee that we signed, the pretty bad young referee. I need to give him a pay-per-view only contract. Otherwise, I'm gonna get really, really frustrated. I think I'm gonna give Jay Cord the victory here. And I think I want to keep Aaron Andrews strong. Obviously, the loser is going to be Ed Stone, but I just want to make sure Aaron Andrews doesn't lose any popularity. Yeah, okay. As you can see, Mitch Nace, Lee Bambino, Ernie Turner. I think we'll probably get rid of Lee Bambino. He's just going to be in there due to the fact that we kind of need him to stay in there for the experience. Otherwise, it goes to very low as opposed to low, which is the reason why he's there. Anyway, another thing we're going to do this stream, hopefully, is start our women's division. We're going to sign a few people. We do have... I've forgotten her name, but her contract was running out. Oh, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember her name at the moment. Was it Tiffany Jade? I think it was Tiffany Jade, actually. Yeah. So Tiffany Jade, her contract with US Pro is currently running out. So we're going to bring her in, and she's going to kind of be our lead, our top of our division. Anyway, we've got some big problems here because Killer Shark lost about 7 points of popularity after losing the tag titles, which I think is really bad, considering we got him up to... We did get him up to 70 popularity, so that's a big drop. And we're gonna try and get his popularity back up there, at least as best we can. All right, so he's going to take on Guide, who unfortunately Guide can't even go for 12 minutes anymore. That's a bit of a worry. Anyway, the other match we'll do is Scout, and Scout can take on Titan. We are going to continue with this storyline, at least for this next month. And then we are finally going to split up Titan and Killer Shark. So I'm kind of looking forward to doing that as well. And that'll allow us to have a sort of monster heel in the sort of upper mid card. We could probably put him into the maybe... I'm not sure. I think I want him to verse Brandon James first, before we maybe put him into the #1 contender storyline. I think that's probably for the best. Anyway, let's do a tag team match. Let's have Benny and the Fox take on Uh, Actually, let's have the Elite take on the Puerto Rican boys. We'll do that instead. And let's give... I guess we'll give Nate Johnson the victory. Nice. Alright. Chuck that in between there. I then want a match. I guess let's just do another tag match where we can sort of have Greg Gage continuing his storyline with Brandon James. Let's have Greg and Troy Tornado. And they can take on Brandon James and Sammy back. Yeah, I think that's good. I mean, in theory, I would kind of want to make this like a 20-minute match. So I guess, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. 20 minutes. And let's give the victory to... I think we'll give it to Brandon. Obviously, the loser is going to be Troy. But I have to say, I'm pretty happy with Brandon picking up another victory there. Obviously, it could just be Sammy, but I feel like it kind of works better having Brandon pick up a victory against Greg Gage's team. So therefore, you know, it makes a little bit more sense as to why they're going to go at it yet again at the next pay-per-view. Because obviously Greg beat him recently. What else are we going to do? Now, we do have this storyline here going on as well. We could probably do something with maybe Freddie and Danny. But then again, I'm not really too fussed about that, so maybe we could do Mighty Mo in a match against someone. Let's do that. Actually, let's have Mighty Mo take on Ernest. Yeah, I like that match. And it might actually give Ernest a bit of popularity if it's good enough. Hopefully, it won't take any of his pop, because it's only, what, 35 or 36 or something? Either way, I mean, it doesn't really matter. He's still only very early into his TCW career. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. So, as far as angles, I want to go with Ed Stone and Aaron Andrews. Both on entertainment. I think we'll script them, but we will give them 8. So that'll go before our main event. And then I think I want to have a J-Cord angle afterwards. Actually, let's go J-Cord and Aaron Andrews again. And that'll obviously advance the World Heavyweight title storyline. That's post-match. That's pretty much going to end us, or take us off the air. What else do we need? Let's go, I guess, a Behemoth's Menace angle. That would probably be beneficial, definitely, to say the least, for Killer Shark. So we'll do that one as well. Advance that storyline. Have Oxford be the road agent as well. That can go before Titans match. Then we definitely want a Mighty Mo angle as well. I think we'll just give him 6. Actually, let's go with Kyle Rhodes interviewing Mighty Mo. And this can essentially be Mighty Mo's breakup from Mighty Meaty. I think that's a good way to sort of end that. And I think we'll also make that team... how do we make them inactive? Here we go. Inactive individuals. Save. Alright. Hopefully that's kind of worked. Anyway, we also need a... Let's make this match our Wild Brawl. And then we'll make another match. I guess this one would be the storytelling match. Yeah, it's an ongoing issue, so that kind of really does make sense. We've also got a penalty for Oxford. So we'll have Bryant do that one. There we go. Perfect. All right. So the pre-show. Now, I do have one more signing that I want to make, and I saw this guy when I was playing off camera on a separate save, and he really looks the part, along with Moriarty Schnell and Willie LaRue. He starts off unemployed in the game, which I find very strange. I'll show you him after we finish this show, but I feel like he would be the perfect stable leader. He also, like these two, needs a lot of work. But I feel like these three guys that I'm talking about in a stable would be almost like a perfect stable to have. I don't exactly know what we would call them. But it would probably be something to do with, like, I don't know. It would have something to do with being like stars, I guess. Or being arrogant. Maybe we could just literally call them arrogance. That'd be a pretty interesting name for a stable. Anyway, these guys can take on, I guess, fat 40s. We'll give that 12 minutes. Hopefully they'll rub off a little bit. Or at least I kind of hope they will. Anyway, it needs to be scripted, and I guess it can be decisive on the pre-show. And then I guess we'll do another pre-show match. Let's have Josh Taylor take on Elliot Thomas. There we go. Nice. Alright, so there's our pre-show booked. 124 minutes. Let's run the show. The stars holes. Arseholes, yeah. I get it. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't roll off the tongue. But thank you for the suggestion, Will. I appreciate it. I'm sure I'll come up with something. Or maybe you can come up with something a little bit, you know, something that has a bit more flow to it. Because obviously they would be a main stable in the company in the future. Anyway, we start off with a 47 here, which is not too bad, actually. And we've got some improved in-ring performances from our boys. But we do have Fat 40s defeating Moriarty Schnell and Willie LaRue in 12-16, when Tanner the Mighty pinned Moriarty with a big fat Samoan squash. Yeah, not a bad match. Moriarty up to a 30 in-ring. And then we get a 66 for our other pre-show, where we have Joshua Taylor defeating Elliot Thomas in under 12 by submission with a butterfly lock. Yeah, alright. So we then start the main show off with a 78 rated sit-down interview with Kyle Rhodes interviewing Mighty Mo. But unfortunately, Kyle Rhodes was very poor when trying to improvise without his script. A little bit unfortunate. Anyway, he basically interviews Mighty Mo, asks him all these different questions about pushing up into the main event and the fact that he is now sort of floating around the #1 contendership storyline. And of course, he also asks him if he has moved on from his former tag team from his tag team partner being Tanner the Mighty, and he says yes, Mighty Meaty is no more at the moment. He said he's taken his singles career seriously and he wants to be world champion in the near future. That's a really, really good match. An 82 rated match in 12 minutes as well, where we have Mighty Mo defeating Ernest Youngman in 12:25 by pinfall with a plunging spinebuster. And I have to say, this match might be better than our main event tonight. I'm not sure, but we do have two mid-carders in the main event. And this is an 82. So we got Mighty Mo with a 78 in-ring and Ernest with a 65. Pretty interesting. This match also does really, really well. We get an 80 for Brandon James and Sammy Back defeating Greg Gage and Troy Tornado in just under 20 minutes when Brandon James pinned Troy with a big money move. Very interesting. Alright. Moving in to a 77, where we have Killer Shark and Titan, of course, the behemoths, and they're just cutting their usual menace angle together. It gets a 77, which I think is a little bit higher than they would recently be getting. So I'm kind of happy with that, and hopefully, that'll boost Killer Shark's popularity back up to where it sort of needs to be, back around that 70 range. We then go into Titan's match, getting a 71, where we have Scout defeating Titan in 10-24 by submission with a Texas Cloverleaf. Pretty good match, both around the a similar in-ring performance. We then go straight into a 62 rated tag team match, where we have the Elite defeating the Puerto Rican Boys in 12-12, when Nate Johnson pinned Kid San Juan with an elitism. Yeah, it's a pretty good, that's a kind of a throwaway tag match, but still pretty good. We then go into a 71 rated match where we have Killer Shark defeating Guide in just under 10 minutes by pinfall with a big bite. 60 in-ring performance for Killer Shark. I definitely like that. We then go into a 93 rated angle with Ed Stone and Erin Andrews. Of course, they are teaming up today or tonight for the main event. So, yeah, unfortunately, Mitch Nace was also pretty weak at the announcing desk. So, yeah, I mean, we're still essentially getting that penalty, and I'm wondering if it's because they're not good enough, or if it's the fact that their experience is so low, so we're getting a penalty. I'm not sure. And the main event getting us an 81, which I think is, it's obviously a little bit lower than the other match between Mo and Ernest. But it's still pretty good. It's good enough, that's for sure. And we have Jay Cord and Mark Speed, the heel team, defeating Ed Stone and Aaron Andrews, the face team, in 20 minutes or 20 and a half minutes, when Jay Cord pinned Ed Stone with a cradle pile driver. And yeah, Mark Speed being the weak link in this match. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. Good to see Ed Stone getting a 78. I'm definitely happy with that one. And of course, it advances both these storylines. And then finally, we get a 99 rated angle where we have Jay Cord and Aaron Andrews essentially going at each other with a war of words. And they're both thinking that they're, going to be the world champion after Summer Showdown. So it's going to be a big main event for our summer pay-per-view. Overall show rating getting us an 84, which is pretty much about the same as we've been getting recently. And as you can see, only increasing our popularity in 8 regions, which I believe is Canada. So I'm pretty excited about this pay-per-view, that has to be said. I think it's definitely going to be a good one. And I really do want to give Moriarty Schnell and Willie LaRue a match on the pay-per-view. Not exactly sure who it's going to be against, but I would like to give them a match. Alright. So we got Greg Gage. He thinks Ernest Youngman is pretty good in the ring, and we should push him, which I would agree with. We're obviously doing that, or we're in the process of doing that. And we get a 3.92 TV rating. Getting pretty close to 3 million viewers, which would be massive. Very nice. I'm actually pleasantly surprised about that. Anyway, Supreme TV getting a 76. A much lower rating for them. And they didn't actually beat us with any of their matches. Their best match was an 80. Well, they got 280s. And yeah, Rocky Golden defeating American Machine by DQ. Oh, excuse me. Pretty tired. All right. Well, let's actually before we do that, let me go into my shortlist for a second, because I did actually add him to the shortlist. How do I go to my shortlist actually? Should be back here somewhere, shouldn't it? Maybe not. Okay. There we go. That's how you do it. Now as far as his name, I can't remember his name for some reason. But I do know that he's under the age of 20, under the age of 23. So this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun to try and find him. There's a lot of really good young wrestlers that are at all these different companies. I guess the best way of doing this would also to be to hire. I mean, CJ Romero would be a pretty interesting one as well. HLG, good to see you, man. How you going? Who's this guy? Kurt Merritt. Got really good entertainment stats. Really good. And he kind of does everything. He's a manager, personality, color commentator, and a wrestler as well. He does have pretty good color commentary. Interesting. We've also got Frankie Libertine, who actually looks a little bit better. He might be one that we pick up as well. Frankie Phenom. Yeah, I really like the look of this guy. I mean, him and, what's his name? Completely forgotten his name. The guy we signed recently, the Australian. They would be good. Who's this guy? George Osley. Similar to the other guys, obviously in the same stable as them. JT Ace. Damn, JT Ace. He looks really good. 90 star quality. Really good on the microphone as well. Good menace, so he can do either. Obviously lacking a lot of psychology. And then even his top row is pretty bad. But he's only 21, so we could essentially get him to where we need him to be. Got Big Friendly Al. How you going, man? It's going pretty good for me. Hopefully it's going well for you. At the moment, we're just kind of looking through some people we might want to sign. Lucinda Lush. Huh. She's a manager. And she does also look pretty good. As far as a manager goes. Nice day here in the UK. It's pretty good to hear. Yeah, it was a fairly nice day here in Australia as well. Well, in New South Wales, the state that I'm in. But yeah, this is the guy that I was looking at. Primetime Jack Pride. Looks really good. Really good charisma. Star quality 83, of course. But these other stats are not too bad. So he's got 52 basics. Really bad psychology. But then he's also not too bad in the ring. Good technical, good brawling. And like I said, only 20 years old. So I feel like he would fit in really well with Moriarty Schnell and Willie LaRue. Yeah, charisma, sex appeal. Yeah, exactly. Also, this chick here, I also looked at her recently. And I think we're going to bring her in for our women's division. She looks really good. I mean, she's got 90 basics, which seems insane. And getting her in like a 10-year contract when we bring in our women's division later in the episode, I think would be pretty massive. What about this guy? Ty the Innovator. You know what? He doesn't actually look too bad either. We could maybe have an Australian stable. That'd be kind of badass. We got another guy here. Wow, he's got 67 popularity. You got Will Beaumont. Damn, 100 star quality. Oh, we have to sign this guy. Okay, we're definitely doing an Australian stable. 100%. This guy's going to be our new figurehead. Hulk Hogan? Yeah. Will Beaumont, more like it. So yeah, 10-year contract, and let's see how much he wants. So he wants $15,000 per month. Okay. $15,000 seems extremely cheap for a 10-year contract with Ironclad. Okay. And yeah, seeing as he's a face, obviously this is going to be a stable of heels consisting of Jack Pride, and then our other boys, Moriarty Schnell and Willie LaRue. Yeah, how much does he want? Also wants $15,000. So, yeah, the future is definitely bright for TCW right now. We also might have to think about making another TV show at some stage. Probably, what is he? It doesn't really say what he is. See, I might sign JT Ace and put him in developmental. Yeah, I'm not sure. I kind of feel like he would be... I do want to sign him. Do I? I don't know. Such a tough one. I feel like that psychology is never going to be where it needs to get to. It's not going to be able to rise in such a short amount of time. I wanted to sign this guy, but he's better as a heel. I kind of wanted him to be a face. What about... Was Ty face? It doesn't say. Okay. Comedy match worker. So I think we'll sign this guy as well. Ty the Innovator. Okay. So in regards to the group that these guys are in, he's essentially the best worker of the bunch. So I'll give him 15,000 as well. Kind of a bit of a risk on this guy, but at the same time, I guess we could just put these two together as a tag team. So Ty and Will. I might change his name to Ty Palmiro. Ty Palmiro and Will Beaumont. Either way, if we decide that we want to tour Australia, Down Under Thunder, oh, that's perfect. We're definitely going with that name. And of course, we've also got this guy as well. Where is he? Nicky Gilbert. So Nicky's Australian as well. And as you can see, he's pretty excellent. So I think we might make him the leader of the stable. At least at the start, because he's obviously Aussies with the star quality. Yeah. It seems that way. It seems like a lot of them have just... They almost seem overpowered to an extent, but we're going to use them. So, yeah. Down Under Thunder. I like that name. So, it's going to be our new stable. We are going to have to wait for them to come in, though. So, let's go to the next TV show. And like I said, we will do some more signings later. We are going to bring in a full women's division. When I say a full women's division, I probably mean about 4 heels and 4 faces. And purely what we're going to do is we're going to have these women. So we're going to have about 8. We're going to bring in a women's title. And then I'm thinking that we just wait and see who becomes available during certain times. We might actually have a little look through the contract expiration dates. Anyway, here is Primetime Jack Pride coming in as a heel, and then Ty the Innovator is going to be coming in as a face. Alright, so there we go. They're coming in. Thunder from Down Under is the name of a male strippers group. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard of them. I haven't seen them. But I've heard of them. Alright, so here is Will Beaumont. Who is probably going to be our figurehead in the future. Oh, Danny Fonzarelli's contract. See, that's a tough one. He's 44 years old. Do I want to re-sign him? Okay, he's not going to be that expensive. He's actually willing to take a pay cut, so... Can I get it any lower? Maybe 23,500? Okay, we might be able to get him even lower than that. So let's do 2150, 21,500. And we'll go events and A shows. Okay, it's not too bad. 21,750. And then he'll probably want about 20, maybe 25%. Let me also... Oh, yeah, there's no real point in me doing that now. There is 30% for Danny Fonzarelli. Just a 1-year contract, and again, we'll kind of see where he's at. Should probably job him out a little bit. Maybe to like Ernest Youngman to get his popularity up faster. Maybe Killer Shark would be another good option to gain some popularity from him. Even though Killer Shark has much higher Well, actually, he doesn't anymore, does he? He's only got 63 pop. So that's pretty funny. It's not funny. It's not good because he's obviously going to be one of our future heel stars. But yeah, these new boys that we're signing and that we've already signed, you know, in Moriarty and Willie LaRue, man, like our sort of younger stars coming through are just completely stacked. Alright, so where is Primetime? Is he here? There he is. I'm not sure if I like the Primetime bit. I would much prefer it to be in like quotation marks like that. It just, I don't know, it just doesn't look right, if that makes sense. We might be able to change it. Could essentially just do this and put the quotation marks in there myself. Yeah, let's do that. I feel like it looks a little bit cleaner, if that makes sense. Just so you know it's like his nickname, essentially. It's going to cause him to go right up the top, though. That's a little bit frustrating. I mean, a good name for them could be something to do with swagger. And obviously, I just saw in Jack Pride's, it's got, yeah, blessed with charisma and a natural swagger. We could literally just call him Natural Swagger. I don't know. I've still got to think about it. Anyway. let's get into this next TV show, get booking. We've got an incident with Jackpot Jordan. Brightening the mood backstage, and he has gained the class clown personality. That's pretty cool. Yes. Yes. Oh, that's so perfect. Aaron Andrews has taken Moriarty Schnell under his wing as a protege. Andrews has the professional personality and is currently happy, and Moriarty has the needy personality. But that is perfect, man. Hopefully, he'll get some psychology rub off. That would be perfect. All right, so let's get back to working on Mark Speed and Ed Stone. Okay, yes, there we go. Meddling worked. They now have a strong dislike, so they've gone from hate back down to a strong dislike, which is great because they're going to be versing each other at the next pay-per-view. So it was very necessary indeed. All right, what are we doing next? That is the question. Let's do a Fatal 4-Way. It's going to be our number one contenders match for the television title. And it's going to be Mark Speed, Matt Hocking. I guess we'll throw Bart Biggins in there as well. And then I guess Danny Fonzarelli. That match kind of makes the most sense. And obviously, we're going to have Mark Speed win because he essentially is already the number one contender. So there we go. And again, I've got to change that referee's contract. It's really just going to piss me off otherwise. All right, up next, we need a main event. Okay. Going to be a bit of a weird main event, this one. So I'm going to go with Sammy back. And he's going to team up with the New Wave to take on Troy Tornado and the Behemoths. This is a bit of a test. A bit of a test main event, I think. Just to see what happens, really. We're going to give the victory to Sammy. And I think I want to make sure that Troy loses. Or let's make Titan lose, I guess. Doesn't really matter if Titan loses. Oxford to be the road agent, of course. So yeah, that's our main event. I don't feel like it's not very strong, which I'm a little bit worried about. Anyway, up next, let's go with... I think I want to do Greg Gage and Nicky Gilbert. This could probably beat the main event. We'll give it 12. We'll give it 12. But I feel like this is going to be like Mighty Mo and Ernest from last week's show. Like, it's probably going to pull like an 80 or above. Either way, it's definitely going to be good. Up next, we kind of need another random throwaway tag team match. So let's have Fat 40s take on the Latino Kings. Yeah, I mean, that works. Let's go Dazzling Dave Diamond for the win. And of course, Hector cannot call a match. So scripted it is. There we go. Let me just double check. Got to be careful about that referee, man. He could really drag some match ratings down. BB is lit. Glad to see me on Twitch now. Yeah, man. Been on Twitch, well, live streaming TEW 2020 for probably the last week and a half. If you've been over on the YouTube channel, you've obviously seen the TCW live stream videos, which are essentially just taken from Twitch. Alright, so up next, think we want to do something with... kind of want to do something with Mighty Mo. Maybe we have him have a... yeah, so let's have him take on someone. And what we're going to do is... I guess we'll have Joshua Taylor come out. Let's have him take on Maverick, yeah. Obviously, Maverick's got a lot of popularity, so I think we're actually going to give Maverick the victory. But I will keep Mighty Mo strong. Otherwise, he might lose some pop, and I don't want that to happen. So, Maverick's going to win. It's going to be tainted. Going to keep Mo strong. And the match is going to essentially be, Joshua Taylor's going to be costed the match by Joshua Taylor. Yeah, wait, did I say that right? Mighty Mo's going to lose the match as a result of Joshua Taylor's interference. That's the best way I can put it. Okay. So Mighty Mo, Josh Taylor. Okay. And it's a tainted victory, so there we go. I think we probably can go one more match. Do I want to... Let's try something. Let's try our new boys. So Primetime Jack Pride going to be teaming up with his new stablemates, or I guess future stablemates, in Moriarty Schnell and Willie LaRue. And I guess they're going to take on the team of Brandon James, T-Bone Bright, and I guess Ed Stone, maybe? Aaron Andrews? Aaron Andrews. Why not? Wait, was Aaron... Damn, look at his popularity. I didn't notice that. He's up to like 86s, 87s. Unfortunately, only 85 in the Mid-South. But yeah, there's quite a few 86s there, man. That's looking really nice. And of course, J chords are essentially around the same level at the moment. Let's actually give the victory to Aaron Andrews, I guess. But this is kind of just to get these guys, I guess, a little bit more popularity for our younger guys. They're of course going to take a loss as well. But I think that's fine. And they really do look like a stable. You know, they've all got their glasses on as well. And they're all heels, and they all look like douchebags, to be honest. So I think that one will kick us off. Let's do some angles. Let's do a Sammy back Troy Tornado angle before the match. We'll give it 8. I'll give it 8. Why not? And I guess that can actually advance that storyline as well. Perfect. All right. So that's pre-main event. Then I think I want a Greg Gage angle. Give that one 6. And that'll go there. Then I think we need a Mighty... let's go a Joshua Taylor angle on Mighty Mo. And I think I do want to script him. Got to wear shades for the stable name, because their future's so bright. Noah. That's a perfect name. That's a perfect name as well. All right, I think I'll make that one after we finish this this episode. So this one's going to advance this storyline as well, so chuck that one in. That'll go there. Pre-match or post-match? I think post-match. Yeah, because it makes more sense. He's obviously getting involved in the match and then cutting a promo. And then to start the show, Let's have Jay Cord and Aaron Andrews go at it. And I think we'll try and give this one 8 minutes as well. If we can. If we can. And I think this looks like a pretty good show. Alright. And we essentially have 4 minutes left. But there's nothing I can really do with 4 minutes. Yeah, pretty pointless. Okay. What's wrong? We need a wild brawl and a storytelling match. I guess we'll make this one the wild brawl. And then I guess we'll make this one the storytelling match as well. Obviously the whole mid-card title storyline. Andrew's is good unscripted by himself, but not so much with others. That's a fair point, but I kind of want J-Cord to be unscripted, so I'm kind of going to take the risk with both of them. Otherwise, we'll just get penalized even worse by having one scripted and one not. Yeah. Either way, let's do a couple of pre-shows. So let's go pre-show tag. I think we want to get the American Cobras doing something. They can take on Rich and Famous. Essentially the future of our tag team division in the next year or so. So they can go at it, and then I think, let's see who else we've got. I haven't really used Roderick Remus recently, and I guess he can team up with Finley, who we haven't really done anything with either since that storyline finished. And they can take on Elliot Thomas and Felipe Caballero. Perfect. All right. And we'll give the win to Finley. Okay, there we go. That looks like a pretty good show, I think. Not too bad. Let's run it. So we start off with a 58 for our first pre-show match, and we have Roderick Remus and Finley O'Faraday defeating Elliot Thomas and Felipe Caballero in just over 12 minutes when Finley O'Faraday pinned Elliot with an atomic spinebuster. And then the other pre-show match also getting a 58. We have the American Cobras defeating Rich and Famous in just over 12 when Marvel Malloy pinned Jake Idol with a Marvel Breaker. Alright, so we then start the show off with a 99 rated angle between our challenger, Aaron Andrews, and our world champion, Jay Cord. 1 point away from a 100. Pretty close, pretty close. Anyway. We then go into a 65 rated 6-man tag. And of course we have Brandon James, T-Bone Bright, and Aaron Andrews defeating defeating our new stable, Gotta Wear Shades, in Primetime Jack Pride, Moriarty Schnell, and Willie LaRue in just under 12 minutes, when Aaron Andrews pinned Primetime Jack Pride with a standing hot shot. And yeah, unfortunately Jack Pride only got an 18 in-ring performance, and he does need, he needs a lot of work. But he does look like a future world champion, in my opinion, even if that future is, 4 or 5 years away. A good match, really good match. Yeah, I'm happy about that. And his primetime gimmick got an initial rating of great, so that's also really good. Well, beneficial for him anyway. We then go straight into our next match, getting a 74. We have Maverick defeating Mighty Mo in 11.5 minutes by pinfall with a Tiger Claw DDT, following interference from Joshua Taylor. And yeah, Mighty Mo with an 80 in-ring performance this match. Not too bad. And then, of course, we have the subsequent angle getting 80. And, of course, we have Joshua Taylor saying some mean words, some choice words to Mighty Mo. And obviously Mighty Mo's pretty pissed off at the fact that he just lost his match as a result of Taylor's interference. We then go into a 56 rated tag team match, where we have Fat 40s defeating the Latino Kings in 10.5 minutes when Dazzling Dave Diamond pinned Rudy Velasquez with a Dazzle Driver. I mean, it is what it is. It's a throwaway tag team match just to get some tag chemistry going, I guess. But pretty much for these two. I think these two, the Latino Kings, already have 100 experience together. Yeah. We then go into an 83, and that's a promo for Greg Gage, but unfortunately he did struggle when going off script. And he does have a pretty interesting match up next against Nicky Gilbert. And like I said, I knew this match was going to do really well. They get an 81 together, despite Nicky only having, I think, like 26 popularity in the Mid-South. Yeah. Really good, though. 81. And we do have Greg Gage defeating Nicky Gilbert in just under 12 minutes by submission with a Proton Lock. And yeah, Greg with an 85 in-ring performance. And Nicky benefiting from having a groundswell of public support. And of course, he's going to be our future stable leader for our new, I guess it would be a new stable. And that is, of course, Thunder from Down Under. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. And they got some serious star quality in that group. Alright, moving on to our Fatal 4-Way number 1 contenders match for the television title, getting us a 68 rating, where we have Mark Speed defeating Bart Biggins, Matt Hocking, and Danny Fonzarelli in 12:09 when Mark Speed submitted Danny with a cross armbreaker. And yeah, Speed carried the match. New number 1 contender, Mark Speed. Even though we kind of already knew that from last week's show, but yeah, now it's official. We then go into a 99 rated angle, which I didn't expect this one to get a 99. We have Sammy back and, of course, Troy Tornado. And Sammy essentially was going in. He was going in hard on Troy Tornado, saying that he doesn't really deserve to be put in the same category as Sammy. You know, Troy is a cheater. He's a cheat, and I guess he would be like a dastardly heel. Always, you know, looking to get involved and cause some shenanigans in, I guess, his own matches and obviously other people's matches as well, as he did recently with Joshua Taylor and Aaron Andrews and stuff like that. So, yeah, Sammy's not a fan. But yeah, Sammy was a real star in this segment, and he was superb without working with the script. Nice. And interesting, the announcing quality lifted the segment, which I haven't seen recently. And then, of course, the color commentary gave the segment a boost as well. It's been the opposite recently for those ones, so that's pretty interesting. Okay. And then we go into the main event, and we get an 81, so exactly the same as our other best match on the show, which is okay. I'm kind of surprised that this one did this well, because I kind of was expecting it to maybe tank a little bit. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. We've got Sammy back and the New Wave defeating Troy Tornado and the Behemoths in just under 20 minutes when Sammy back submitted Titan with a back on your back. And yeah, just a good match. Pretty good match all around. Killer Shark with a 65 in-ring performance. And then we had Sammy back getting a nice 86. But unfortunately, Guide has a gimmick that is getting stale. So we're going to have to change that fairly soon. How do you fix a stale gimmick? I'm assuming you probably just give them a new gimmick. There might be a tweak button as well. Anyway, the overall show rating getting us another 84, which was exactly the same as the last episode of TV. So it's, yeah, consistent. And again, we're only increasing popularity in Canada as a result of that. Which is, you know, it's fine. We're actually at 80 popularity all across the US at the moment. So I'm not really expecting us to, you know, to be increasing popularity in the US. Okay, so Greg Gage, another opinion from him, and he thinks Elliot Thomas is pretty good in the ring, and I should push him. I agree, he's pretty good in the ring, but for some reason, I never want to push the guy. Probably his star quality, it's just so low. And I always see Elliot as a jobber. What did the pay-per-view do for Mexico? I'll show you the popularity. We're actually pretty close to getting a TV broadcaster for Mexico now as well, which would be pretty incredible and would really, you know, kickstart the popularity growth there. But yeah, TV rating getting another 3.94, and we're still edging closer to the 3 million viewer mark, which is very nice. Alright, so I'll show you the popularity here. As you can see, pretty much 80 across the US. Obviously, these two always lacking a little bit behind. We've got a new follower as well. We've got Joshstar142. Thank you for following the stream, man. I appreciate it. And of course, we also had BB is Lit, who did follow about 20 minutes ago. So thank you to both of you guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, popularity in Canada is looking really nice, though. Up to 79 in Ontario, and then pretty much 78 across the rest of the regions there. So that's going to start to slow down now as well, once that gets to about 80. 79, 80, it'll probably stop. Slow down. Yeah. Anyway, and then Mexico, as you can see, up to 25. So to get the TV broadcasting deal, we need 26 in 2 regions. So we're very, very close for Mexico getting on TV. I mean, after that happens, I'm not sure what I want to do after that. I think Australia would probably be a pretty good option. Obviously, we've got a lot of Australian stars. And I think in order for us to actually get a deal there, we would need to run shows. So I think we would probably have to tour Australia. And I think there's a very limited amount of channels we could actually get on, or a limited amount of broadcasters. If I see here, so these are the Mexican ones. And I think we're very close to this one here. Yeah, so this is the one with 26 popularity in 2 regions. TV Max. Unfortunately, they're only an internet site, so it's going to be a little bit small. Well, it is literally small, which is okay. It's not very small. But the fact that it's internet, I feel like is... I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing. But it's either one of those things, obviously. But yeah, it is commercial, so we will make some money from it. Just not sure how much we'll make. As you can see, SWF actually have their B show, I think, on the same channel. I'm wondering, does SWF have any other... Okay, so they're on... Well, that's their pay-per-view broadcaster. Which we don't need that because we're huge already in Mexico for pay-per-view. Oh, okay. Is that medium? Okay. See, we could get onto this one. We could get straight onto this this broadcaster. But it's only going to be big in the US and then medium in Canada. And obviously at the moment we already have medium TV broadcasting in Canada. But we've got very big with Ace Television in the US. Which I feel like is kind of better than having those other ones. But that might be more beneficial. Even though it's smaller, one size smaller in the US, we get a size bigger in Mexico. So that might be the play there. Anyway, let's do our stables. So, I mean, we're going to end this stable soon enough. But our newest stable is going to be called Gotta Wear Shades. And, yeah. Let's do a little description here. So there we go. And this one was a suggestion by Noah. So I might put your name in here, Noah, as well. Because our future's so bright. I'll do a little thing here. So Noah. There we go. Pretty sure that's correct spelling. Yeah, there we go. And is going to be... I think it's just going to be a faction. Yeah, just a faction. And then we'll go with our boy right at the top. Primetime Jack Pride. Should I make him the leader? I'm not sure if I want to make him the leader. Anyway, then we're going to have Moriarty Schnell. And finally, our boy Willie LaRue. And they're both going to be members, I guess. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Might chuck this down there just so it's a little bit more readable. Gotta wear shades. I mean, they really do look like a proper stable, so I like it. I really like that. And then, of course, we've got the other stable being Thunder from Down Under. We won't add them right now. We'll put them together properly at a certain stage in the near future as well. I should probably add them now before I forget. So we might do that. Anyway, after one more TV show, we're going to start to build our women's division, which I think will be... It's going to be interesting. It's going to be difficult to a certain extent because obviously I want to have a good mix between younger workers. Gimmick. Thank you very much, Noah. Gimmick switch for guide. So he's got the one-man army. Yeah, so there you go. You can just tweak the gimmick. So it's going to be tweaked. Been tweaked once, can still be tweaked further. And that'll just freshen it up, so that's good. Let me add this stable. So Thunder from Down Under was from Will Miller. So we'll get that one booked in as well. Thunder from Down Under. Nice. I guess we'll make the description not the stripper group. And we'll chuck in Will's name here as well. So Will Miller, 87. There we go. Okay, I like that. I like that as well. Thunder from Down Under. So Nicky's going to be the leader. For now. So we'll make Nicky the leader. Then we're going to have Will Beaumont. And he's going to be the heir. So the heir to the leader. Or to the leadership, I guess. And then I think it was Ty, wasn't it? Ty the Innovator. Do I want to keep his name as Ty the Innovator? Or should we change it back to his real name? I kind of like Ty the Innovator. It does sound a little bit special. Rather than just having him be called, what was it? Ty Pom something? Pom something or other? Anyway. Yeah, there we go. So Thunder from Down Under. They kind of look like a stable as well. All three members are essentially blonde. And they look pretty badass, so... these two stables are probably going to go to war. Maybe like next year. So that'll be pretty cool to see as well. We just have to wait and see for Hemsworth. Yeah. That kind of does work. We should have just renamed them all to like Nicky Hemsworth. Will Hemsworth and Ty Hemsworth. That'd actually be like more funny than what we're already doing with them. Essentially naming them after the stripper group. Either way, thank you guys. Really, really good suggestions. Really good suggestions. Alright, so I probably want to give a debut to our two new Australians, so Ty and Will Beaumont. I think we'll give them a match. Maybe we'll squash them with the behemoths. I think we might do that. But either way, it should be relatively good. Anyway, Alan Gray is a referee. Don't really want him. Ooh, Matt Hocking's contract. I think I definitely want to re-sign him. I'm a pretty big fan of Matt Hocking. I do like him. So there we go. Tiffany Jade has left US Pro Wrestling. And she's going to be essentially be our figurehead of our women's division. So she's going to be our first signing. Already got a pretty amazing popularity. I think that's across every region. Yeah, so it's pretty good across every region. So that'll be useful if we do decide to go to Australia for some touring. And we got JD in the chat. Hey man, what's up? What's up with you? We're doing some fun things. We also made a few stables. I'll show you the stables in a second, JD. They're pretty good. We made a few new signings as well. So yeah, let me do Matt Hocking's contract here first. He wants a pay rise of about nearly $5,000, so I'm not a massive fan of that. Okay. I guess we'll just give him what he wants, I suppose. Alright. 25% merchandise, 22,000. Yeah, I mean, I want to keep him, so it kind of works. I just want to keep Tiffany's thing in there because we're going to book our next show. And then we're going to start our women's division, which I am looking forward to. I think it'll add a nice new element to the save. Alright, Troy Tornado and Matt Blackburn. And of course their mentor and protege. And he's been passing on tips on using psychology. Even though Blackburn's not actually one of our wrestlers, he's only here on excursion from Pride Glory. Once again, let's go for Ed Stone and Mark Speed. No effect this time, but that's okay. Reese on Wrestling, just checked out your YouTube page. What tips do you have for YouTube TEW content? Looks like you're not just uploading the Twitch streams there. What tips do I have? I mean, the most important thing would be finding something that you obviously enjoy. Because if you enjoy it, and you're playing it, and people can see, well, at least hear you, if not see you, like you guys are seeing me right now. They can hear you enjoying it, and you're invested in a save in particular, then I feel like people are going to enjoy that as well. And it's going to make things more interesting. So, for example, the best one I could do, obviously I'm enjoying Black Canvas Grappling right now on the YouTube channel. But before then, we had the Road to Glory. And the Road to Glory was seriously probably the most fun I've ever had playing TEW. Just from the standpoint of like things were constantly happening. Obviously, there's the project of actually improving your wrestler to a level, and of course the challenge for that. And that just made me more invested in everything. And then obviously you move, well, you can stay with your own company or you can move to different companies. So, you know, things were always changing and just becoming, I don't know, it just allowed people to get invested into our character being Kyler Adams to begin with. And yeah, I mean, it's all about, obviously you want people to enjoy what they're watching. So you can't kind of fake that. Oh, okay. So the BCG episodes, they're YouTube only, so I don't play BCG on here. On Twitch, I just play TCW and just live stream, and then I just put the VODs onto the YouTube channel. So that's it's pretty much what it is. So, like, for example, I didn't record a BCG episode yesterday because I worked for about 10 hours, and then I went to my girlfriend's house and did all these different things. So obviously I didn't have an upload ready, and obviously I did have an opportunity to upload a BCG episode. But tomorrow, I'm going to be uploading another BCG episode. So I just record that in my own time, and then obviously have to render up the video and all that different type of stuff. So yeah, I'm always going to try and have, like, if I'm live streaming TCW, for example, then I'm always going to try and have a YouTube series that's separate, that's kind of a bit special in its own right, if that makes sense. Alright, what do I want to do for the main event of this show? That is a good question. I don't really know what I want to do, to be honest. Actually, let's go the other way. So I'll put those on, take those off. Who have we got? Alright, we got Greg Gage. Scout is also now a star, which is interesting. He does have good popularity. Let's have Scout take on Wolf Hawkins for our main event. Obviously, Wolf Hawkins not really doing anything at the moment. So we want him to do something, or at least have a match. Otherwise, he's going to start to complain. And of course, these two, they do have a bit of a rivalry between them. Of course, Scout was formerly Doc Hammond, part of Wolf Hawkins' stable that he has, the Syndicate. That'll be an interesting main event either way. Alright, so our next match, we're going to give our debuts. And we got Reese on Wrestling coming in with the follow for the channel. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for following. I think we're up to, what, 77 followers now? It's pretty cool. And I think I'm on the... I think I'm waiting to be accepted for affiliate on the channel, on the Twitch channel here. So that'd be pretty cool. And obviously subscriptions will come as a result of that. Which I've never really... Obviously, I've never been affiliated with Twitch, but... Yeah, I'm not too sure how the whole subscription things work. Because obviously I know you have to pay a certain subscription fee. But I would really like to get some, you know, emotes. And maybe even like a subscriber badge. Or whoever wants to do that in the future. I'm going to look into that. It could be pretty cool. Either way, so we're going to have the Behemoths. And they're going to squash our new Aussie boys. So let's go Will Beaumont and Ty the Innovator. I think I will change his name back to Ty Pomero. Yeah, I think I'm going to change it back. You thought you were following already? I mean, I know I've seen your name before. I'm pretty sure I have. Maybe you just forgot to last time. Yeah, so these two are probably going to be in a tag team, being Will and Ty. Anyway, yeah, they're going to get squashed. So we'll give it 10 minutes. They're not going to be squashed because I'm going to make it an open match. But obviously they're going to be losing. So can they call the match? That's interesting. Probably not. Ty's a little bit low on psychology. Actually, they're both 53, so that's interesting. When was Damien's last match? That's a good question. It was probably a month ago, if not more. I didn't forget about him, but I just haven't used him. And I don't really know what I can use him for. Oh, big sneeze. All right. So I think that's all well and good. Let's make Bryant the road agent for that one. Oh, yeah. Sorry, forgot I needed to script it because of the low psychology. Their psychology is low, but it's also actually not too bad. 53 for a couple of 21-year-olds, I think is relatively good. All right, up next, let's have a bit of revenge for Mighty Mo. So Joshua Taylor is going to be in a match up against Human Arsenal. There we go. So a 12-minute match, and then I think... Do I want to do Human Arsenal, or do I want to do someone a bit better? Who's got more popularity? I mean, I kind of want Nicky Gilbert to get a win. I might go Brandon James, actually. I know I said when I brought Brandon in that he was going to be jobbing a lot, but he's picked up quite a few victories, which I find it's a little bit strange because I just wasn't expecting to really do it that way. It is going to be a tainted victory, and it's going to be outside interference, of course, with Mighty Mo. Like I said, you know, getting a bit of revenge, getting his own back from Joshua Taylor doing it to him last week. So yeah, Noah, I think I may as well, let's give him a match. Damien Dastardly, and he can take on... I don't know who he can take on. Maybe, nah, we can't do that. I was going to say Nicky Gilbert, but obviously that's would essentially be jobber versus jobber, or unimportant. T-Bone. Yep, T-Bone works. I mean, T-Bone, that'll actually be pretty useful for T-Bone. Some of Damien's psychology might rub off. Hopefully. Yeah, and we're really not doing anything with T-Bone at the moment either. He will be moved into the television title storyline. But obviously we kind of need a heel champion for him to face. Once again, let's go with a triple threat tag team match. Let's have Benny and the Fox, Divine Fortune, and Rich and Famous go at it. I haven't really seen much of these guys or these tag teams recently on TV, so a little bit of exposure for them. Nothing too serious, but I guess we'll make that the Wild Brawl match as well. And that one can go there. What else? I guess we can go one more 10-minute match. Maybe Jay Cord or Ed Stone. Let's go Ed Stone. And he can take on Chris Flynn. Yeah. I mean, that works. Let's make it a title match as well. Why not? It's a television title. You know, it's television, so we may as well. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Wild Brawl does need some heat on the show from the fans first. But that's obviously the third match. So it should be fine, in theory. Now, to start off, I want to have Kyle Rhodes with a sit-down interview with Aaron Andrews. There we go. That'll start us off. I think I then want a... Yeah, I mean, obviously Wolf Hawkins probably needs an angle as well. And I guess he would kind of be talking about the fact that he's maybe like down in the dumps a little bit after losing the rematch for his title. And I just selected the wrong angle. There we go. And we need this one to go down. Okay. Alright, there we go. And I guess we'll go with the Behemoths with an angle as well. So Killer Shark Titan. Both on Menace. And of course that'll go before the Aussie's debut. Nice. What else can we do? I guess we could go with maybe a Mighty Mo angle. And that'll go before Josh Taylor's match. Right there, that looks pretty good. And finally, maybe a T-bone angle, if I have time. I mean, Damien's popularity is just so low. Yeah, that kind of sucks, because I would like to maybe give him an angle, but obviously that's not really going to work. Actually, you know what? Let's give Nicky an angle. It's going to be pretty bad. Can we do 6? Yeah, perfect. All right. So we're just going to give Nicky Gilbert just a random promo on the TV show. Let's also make this the storytelling match. There we go. All right. Then on the pre-show, let's go with a 6-man tag, and let's have Primetime Jack Pride, Moriarty Schnell, and Willie LaRue. And they can take on the face team of... Let's go the Puerto Rican boys. And I guess we can throw in Dean Daniels as well. And I actually want to give our boys the victory, so... Let's have we'll have Primetime Jack Pride pick up the win. Doesn't really matter who loses, but yeah, pre-show. Gotta wear shades, picking up their first win together. Even if it is on the pre-show. And then we'll do a tag match. And let's have the Cobras take on the Elite. I feel like we have done this match quite a few times. And let's give them I guess I can have a tainted victory on the Cobras. And we'll chuck that one there. Okay. That looks pretty good. WWE Noob. How you going, man? Good to see you in the stream. Just about to run our next TV show here. Alright, let's run it. So we start off with a 42 for Gotta Wear Shades, defeating Dean Daniels and the Puerto Rican Boys in just over 12. When primetime Jack Pride pinned Dean Daniels with a Pride Fall. Unfortunately, Moriarty Schnell off his game, but he's still got a 30. Still got a 30 in-ring performance, so it's not too bad. And then we go into a 58 for our second pre-show match, where we have the Elite defeating the American Cobras in just under 12 minutes when Eddie Chandler submitted Storm Spillane with a fabulous stretch after blatantly cheating. And that rounds off our pre-show. Alright, so we then start the show off with a 71. It seems a little bit low, considering who's in the angle. But of course, we have the Kyle Rhodes sit-down interview with our number one contender for the world title, Erin Andrews. And yeah, apparently Kyle Rhodes worked the crowd well, using the freedom off script to improvise. And yeah, Erin Andrews essentially just talking about the fact that, you know, his time has come to reclaim his world heavyweight title. Obviously, Jay Court has a few things to say about that in the future as well. We then go straight into a television title match, which gets a 75. We have our champion Ed Stone defeating Chris Flynn in just under 12 minutes by pinfall with a party's over, and Ed Stone making defense number 5 of his TCW television title. Good match. Chris Flynn, yeah, really just not used by me. I'm just not a fan. Can't get behind him, to be honest. Okay, this did much better than I thought it would. We get a 50 rated angle here for our boy Nicky Gilbert, the Australian leader of our newest stable, Thunder from Down Under. And yeah, I have to say, a 50 is really good. He did improvise well, so he was off script. And of course, benefiting from having the groundswell of public support as well. And the announcing quality lifted the match. So I think we might have solved the announcing problem. I'm hoping we have. Hopefully. We then go straight into a 63 rated match where we have T-Bone Bright defeating Damien Dastardly in 12.5 minutes by pinfall with a T-Bone Lariat. Yeah, just a throwaway match. Guess it's a good win for T-Bone. We then go into a 59 rated triple threat tag team match. We have Benny and the Fox defeating Rich and Famous and Divine Fortune in just over 12. The order of elimination was Rich and Famous first, and then Divine Fortune. Unfortunately, Flying Jimmy Fox seemed off his game as well. Unfortunate. Moving on to a 91 rated angle, where we have Mighty Mo. And of course, he's talking about what happened last week when Joshua Taylor cost him his match against Maverick. Obviously, Mo's pretty upset. Doesn't really give too much away as to what he's going to do. But then, of course, we have the next match, which gets a 74. And we have Brandon James defeating Joshua Taylor in just under 12 minutes by pinfall with a big money move, following interference from Mighty Mo. And of course, Mo ran in and attacked Taylor, thus getting revenge from last week and sort of continuing their storyline there as well. 74 is pretty good for these two sort of old-timers. I'm pleasantly surprised with that. Unfortunately, we go into a 69 rated Menace angle for the Behemoths, so I think their last one got a 77. So this one's under 70. Not great. But, you know, again, their popularity was butchered after they lost the tag titles. And our next match, we have the debut of our two newest future stars. And they're both Australian. And we get a 53 where we have the Behemoths defeating Will Beaumont and Ty the Innovator. We are going to change his name in 9:35 when Killer Shark pinned Will Beaumont with a big bite. And unfortunately, yeah, Will Beaumont debuted his Pop Idol gimmick, got an initial rating of adequate, which is okay. But yeah, Ty debuting energetic babyface, getting an initial rating of awful, which is not great. It's really going to drag his matches and stuff down as well. Hopefully we can improve it. If not, we'll just change it in the future, a little further down the line. And I'm sure we can probably find something better for him than an energetic babyface. But yeah, also unfortunate Will Beaumont on debut on TV was really off his game as well. But he got an 18 in-ring performance, so that's not great. Not great at all. Still a debut. We then move on to a 100 rated angle from Wolf Hawkins, the former world champion. And of course, he's not really doing anything at the moment, so, well, apart from having a main event match up next. And the main event does relatively well, getting us an 80, with Wolf getting a 91 in-ring performance. I don't think I set a winner for this match, did I? Yeah, we have Scout. Scout defeating Wolf Hawkins in 20 minutes 23 seconds by submission with a Texas Cloverleaf. Yeah, I think I messed up on that one. Oopsies. Either way, maybe we can do something with this. Yeah. I mean, Scout's on quite the momentum ride at the moment. Of course, winning essentially, well, Wolf turned on Scout, which was a catalyst for Scout becoming Scout again, and then obviously reforming the New Wave, winning the tag team titles, and now he's just got a little bit of revenge on his former stable leader. Very strange victory there. Either way, we get an 83 overall rating for our third TV show of this stream so far. This one only increasing our popularity in one region. And I'm assuming it's probably the Canadian region that we only had 76 popularity in. Yeah, that was a bit of a mess up by me for that main event. I thought I made Wolf the winner. I thought I did. Anyway, we get a 3.92 TV rating, a little bit lower than last week, and we're still, pretty close to 3 mil, viewing figures or viewers. Supreme TV, I mean, they had a pretty good main event, but we still actually beat them. Nah, it wasn't Hawaii. I don't think it was any of the US regions. It was definitely Canada. I think it was the Maritimes in Canada. It's our lowest rated region. Yeah, 78. So we beat them. Happy about that. Obviously, Zimmy Bumfall beating the Crippler. That's an interesting one. Okay, so now that we've done that, it's time to start our women's division. So, go into product. Do we have to do this in product anymore? Possibly. Yeah, we do. Okay. I guess small division is probably what we want to start off on. Okay. There we go. Small women's division. Now let's start things off. So let's go Tiffany Jade first. Well, we've essentially got our first two signings already ready to go. So she's going to be really expensive. I think I do want to get her for 10 years. Do I want to get it for 10? Let's see how expensive 10 years is going to be. Let me just make this 30,000 flat. Alright. Alright, she only wants 35,000. That's actually not too bad for a 10-year contract. She would then be 30... She'd be 40 years old by the time the contract comes up, so... Maybe 8 years would be better. Let's go 8. Wonder if it'll be any cheaper. Oh, it would be cheaper. Okay, let's do 8 years. So 33,100. That seems okay. It's better, yeah. And obviously, she'll probably be in time decline by 38. Probably. Either way, we can just give her a new contract. So yeah. Give her some merchandise as well. Probably gonna want, what, 25% I would assume? Oh, 20%, nice. Okay, there we go. Tiffany Jade. Up next, we need the girl, I forgot her name, but the girl that was on my shortlist before with the 90 basics. So I think she was, what, under 24? And her name is Ruby Reese. And she looks pretty outstanding. She really does. Obviously, the psychology is pretty low, but we can essentially just use her straight away because she's that good in the ring. Star quality is also a little bit low, but it should be fine. What is she? Face or heel? She can be both. Okay. So we'll get her in a 10-year contract. Because she'll only be, what, 33 by the time that expires. So she wants 15 grand as well. It sounds okay. Obviously, we're making about $4 million a month, so we can splash out a little bit in the women's division as well. Alright, so there she is. Ruby Reese, Tiffany Jade. Now, is Tiffany... Hold on, I need to see if she's a face or a heel. She can be either. Oh no, better as a heel. Okay. Well, she'll be a heel. I think maybe Ruby will come in as a face. I guess it kind of depends who we bring in. Okay. Alright, so Elena America, she was one that I really did want to get. As you can see, 91 star quality. She's already ready to go as well. This is only 31. So I think her and Tiffany Jade will probably be... I want to say they'll be our big two members of our, like, kind of our main event scene for the women's division. And they'll probably be going at it. She does have 38 popularity in the Mid-South as well. So she will be able to put on a pretty good match alongside Tiffany Jade. So that should be pretty good. Alright, so I think we'll get her in as well. And we want to get her in a 10-year contract as well. Actually, obviously not 10 years. Let's go 8 years as well. She also wants 15,000. That's fine. She's talented enough. You like her? Yeah. She's very good. I had her on my Road to Glory when we were with Oli. The women's division there. And she was pretty good. Didn't really have her do much, but... Ooh, she doesn't even want any merchandise. That's perfect. Just double checking that's 15,000. Yeah, perfect. Alright, maybe what I should do is search it properly. Can female wrestlers get pregnant in this game? I think they can. I think they can. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they can and they go away. for 9 months, similar to like recording a movie or like an MMA fight or something like that. That used to happen. All right, so let's go by age first. I want to have a look at some younger women that have sort of come into the game since 2016. So Aki Camillo, not great. Amy St. James, she looks pretty good. I might shortlist her. We might come back to her later. Sumia Kubo, also relatively talented. You got Black Diamond, who is actually really quite good. The psychology and basics is bad, as well as the selling there. She's only 21. She's easily marketable as well. Fame hungry. But she's really good on the mic, so I think we want her. And of course, that star quality is pretty beneficial. Good stamina, good athleticism. I like her. I really like her, so I think we'll get her in as well. Black Diamond. Yeah, she looks like a decent worker, and at least we won't have to improve her entertainment stats. Like, she could be a natural talker for the division. So 15k for her as well. And I think she's obviously going to be a heel, even though I think she can play both. Yeah, she can essentially play both, but I would kind of see her as a heel. We then got this girl, Blair Kerrigan. She looks okay. We got Cassie O'Peter. She looks a little bit better than the last girl. Yeah. She's an Irish wrestler. Oh, her partner is Blair. Okay, so they're an actual tag team. Let's shortlist them. I like the thought of having a tag team. We've got Coco Malloy. Also seems pretty good. More of a high flyer than anything else. Better as a babyface as well. Yeah, shortlist, I think. Got Darlene, who is really bad. Got Duplicate. She seems pretty good in the ring. Also not too bad on the microphone either. With her entertainment stats. Better as a heel. Alright, well, she's going to be shortlisted as well. We've got Ellie DeGrazia. Yeah, she's not great. Not bad, but she's not great. We've got Erin Gray, who seems pretty interesting. Low psychology, but 73 basics. 61 star quality. You're working for ACPW. She was the first woman to win the ACPW title. Oh, well, tag team titles, I guess. I like her. I like her. I think we might sign her. Come back and sign her. Felicia Luck, only 20 years old. Really good stamina, really good basics. Yeah. She's not too bad. We got Gypsy Rose up next. Yeah. Probably not a fan of her. Honey Badger. A bit of a random one. Okay. Easy, quick, really good charisma, good star quality. Just, I'm not sure about her. Yeah. I'm kind of just looking at the girls that I don't actually know. Unpredictable personality could be bad for backstage. For Erin Gray. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. Like I said, she's on the short list, so we'll just leave her there. Joy Rider. Good charisma. Pretty good in the ring as well. We've got Juliette Balconi. She looks really good. TV actor. Better as a heel. Really good entertainment stats. And she can also go in the ring, man. She's yeah, we're signing her. Juliette. Okay. $15,000. Nice. We've got Calliope Woodchuck. Now she's essentially one of the only women in the Oceania region. So I kind of would like to sign her. She's pretty good as well. Don't get me wrong. She is quite good. Obviously psychology is pretty low, but she's only 24, 100% babyface. She's also an amazing babyface. But her star quality is not good enough to be like a figurehead or anything like that. Okay, so I think we'll sign her. I have been a fan of hers for quite some time. So 10 years. Get her in as well. And how many is that? I think that might be 4 or 5 women now. I think 5. Like I said, I kind of wanted it to be 4-4 between heels and faces. Who is this one? Katya Kornishkova. Damn, really good psychology, really good charisma. Pretty good in the ring as well. Like her technical and then aerial and flashiness is good. Better as a heel, party animal. Just really lacking the psychology, which is going to be a bit of a problem. But I do like Katya. A Brit pretending to be a Russian, working in the US. Okay. I do quite like her. I think we'll get her as well. Katya Kornishkova. Calliope, yeah. Calliope Woodchuck. Alright, so there's Katya as well, so that's another heel. Kira Lee. Yeah, she's not too bad. I'm going to shortlist her. We might bring her in later. Kind of looks very bland, very boring to an extent. Damn. Maisie Laurels. Not a lot going on with her primary skills. But these performance skills down here look really good. And her basics have risen pretty well. Psychology hasn't gone up though. That's weird. Yeah, I kind of like Maisie here. It does look decently good. I guess this is a random generated worker into the game here. Marion Christian. Not too good. Got Marie Punnin. Thought she might have improved going on to 2020, but she really hasn't. We've got Modesty Pador. Yeah, she's not bad. But I think now I have to be a little bit more stringent. Damn, look at those entertainment skills. Holy. Another randomly generated worker. I'd heard of the shortlist, but I don't think we'll sign her. 18-year-old Japanese worker. Mizutani. Quite good for 18. And she's another randomly generated worker. You got Rekka. Yeah. I mean, it would have been nice to bring her in as well. But yeah, she's not too good. Really not too good. I've got Roberta Price. She's not too bad, but 15 psychologies not going to be good enough for us at the moment. We've already got Ruby. Who's this? Sabrina Wells. Okay, Sabrina Wells, welcome to TCW. Very, very nice. And only 23 years old. Okay. She kind of looks like a baby face to me, so I think we'll try and make her a face if we can. Another 10-year contract. Alright, Sara Taylor. Sara Taylor's pretty good. And we do kind of need a couple more experienced girls or women for our division. How good's Selena? Yeah, she's also pretty good. Really good technical. We'll shortlist her, because we might bring the Uprising in. We've got Serena Ventura. Haven't seen her yet. Sky Hermosa. Not too bad. Sonaz Shah. Yeah, kind of lacking the star quality. Spider Isako. Okay, Spider Isako looks, relatively good. And I do like her name and her gimmick or her look. And she's a heel, so I think we did need a heel. Shortlist. We'll come back to it. Yeah, she's not that great. I think we'll sign Spider. We'll sign Spider. For some reason, I just really like her look, and she is actually pretty good. Only 20 years old as well. So there we go. All right, let me go back and let's check how many we're getting in. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got heel, face, right? Or heel? I think she was heel, wasn't she? Oh, either. So face, so that's what, 2 faces. She's heel, 3 faces. She's heel as well. Yes. She's face, so that's 4 faces. And Spider's a heel. Alright, so we've essentially got 4 faces, 5 heels. If we make Tiffany a heel. Which I think she's better as a heel, so we'll definitely make her a heel. Alright, so let's try and get 1 experienced face for our division. Alright, so let's bump this up to, I guess, 40. I don't really want anybody older than that. And let's go for I want high basics and I want high psychology. Don't really care about anything else. So you got Celeste Moon, which is random. Changed her name from Aguila Azul Celeste. She'd be a pretty good option to bring in. 32 years old now. You got Christie Higgins. Christie might be the option we go for. Good star quality in there. Pretty good on the mic. You know, pretty good entertainment. Got the basics that I want. Got the psychology. And she's not too bad in the ring either. So we might go for Christie. She's also got a little bit of popularity, which could be beneficial as well. Danielle Sweetheart. We might go for Danielle instead. Danielle Sweetheart. She's also got 50 popularity in the Mid-South. So would essentially be perfect. And she's got the experience and all that as well. I mean, Itsuko would be decent as well. She might be one we bring in later on. Foxy could be good. Probably not as good as Danielle Sweetheart. Obviously, for Yukihiga, we'll probably bring her in at some stage as well, but further down the line. But she's a troublemaker, so our backstage will be... It'll be affected. I mean, Jemai Unishi looks pretty good. Art Saito. I mean, these are all girls that we'll probably bring in at some stage. Just not right now. Now, Maribel Mercado would be a good signing. I know I said I didn't need any more heels, but I feel like Maribel would be really decent. She's the current CILL World Women's Champion. I mean, Paige Croft could be decent. Yeah, still not as good as Danielle Sweetheart. Pinky Perez, yeah, similar, very similar. Purple Viper, obviously know her pretty well. Simone Sentinel. Again, just not as good. Oh, Taylor Quinzel. We could get... she's better as a heel. Well, Taylor's going to be shortlisted anyway. I did say that I wanted to bring in the Uprising, so... It's definitely a possibility for us. Can't bring in... Yeah, I mean, I guess we're going to go with Danielle Sweetheart. She's already got 51 popularity, so it just makes sense. Let's get her on a 6-year contract. As I think that's probably the best we can get. And she only wants 12,500, so... She is essentially going to be cheaper than a lot of our other women's workers, who are a lot worse than her, if that makes sense. Okay. There we go. That's our women's division. They're going to come in, and we're going to... I'm not sure if we're going to crown the first women's champion at the pay-per-view. We might actually do it at the subsequent pay-per-view following it. Like the pay-per-view after Summer Showdown. Alright, well, that was actually pretty fun. I do enjoy going on like a little signing spree there. And we will be adding to the women's division once we know what's going on and what we kind of need. Alright, so Lena's a face. Gonna make Black Diamond a heel. Juliet's gonna be a heel there as well. Katya gonna be a heel. Sabrina is gonna be a face. Alright, nice. I mean, essentially we could put Calliope Woodchuck into the Thunder from Down Under. I know she's from New Zealand, but it would still kind of work. And obviously having a woman within the stable, it would make it a bit more interesting, I think. I think it could be pretty cool. Anyway, we've got Ruby Reese here. She's going to be a face. There's Calliope Woodchuck, face. We've got Spider Asako, who's going to be a heel. And finally, Danielle Sweetheart is going to be a face. Okay, so QAW have been offered a contract by... Sorry, QAW have made a contract offer for Tiffany Jade. But that's just a handshake deal, so she's probably going to reject them. But then they've also gone for Killer Cass, who I did want to sign. And she does have good popularity. I'm kind of wondering if we do sign her. I guess not. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, QAW are going in for a few women. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. We'll leave Killer Cass for now. It's not exactly necessary. Okay. Alright, so here is Matt Hocking's new contract, and we are still just waiting on Tiffany Jade. So hopefully that's not going to take too long. Alright. Well, let's get into the next TV show. Of course, we've got one more. We've got the Go Home show. And then we also have the pay-per-view as well. I really would like to keep this stream about 3 hours long. I think that'd be perfect. So we've got essentially about 50 minutes to book both these shows, which I think we can do. We can do pretty easily. And I think we probably will use... Alright, so here's Tiffany Jade. Perfect. So what I think we'll try and do is we'll have Tiffany Jade and Danielle Sweetheart, and whenever they're in a match, they can have a women's match on TV. Anyway, we got Wrestler's Court here for Flying Jimmy Fox, and a small positive impact has come upon him as well. Once again, let's do some more meddling. So we need Ed and Mark. Unfortunately, no effect again, so that kind of sucks, but it's okay. And we're expecting over 14,000 fans to this show. So that's pretty good. Alright, so for this show, what do we want to do? Let's have a 6-man tag. I don't think this is... do I want to make this a main event? Yeah, we'll make this a main event. Alright. Man, the roster just got so much bigger adding those women in. Alright, what we'll do is we'll have... Let's go a big main event. So, Aaron Andrews... obviously going to be taking on Jay Cord. So then we'll also throw in Mighty Mo. Hawkins needs a W. Yeah, we'll give him a victory. He's also going to be involved in another match as well to try and get a bit of revenge. Let's have a look at his popularity. Yeah, it took a little bit of a hit. Little bit of a hit as a result of that stupid loss in the last TV show. But it should be relatively easy to get him back up to where he needs to be. Back up to the 81 that he was stuck at. And who is the other person we're going to use? I guess Brandon James. Because that'll allow us to get Greg Gage into this match. So he'll be on that team as well. And then I think the final person is Joshua Taylor for this team there. Alright, so 20 minutes. And I think we want to give the face team the victory. Yeah, we want to give the face team the victory. So I think we'll give Mighty Mo the win. And I think we'll make Greg the loser. I was going to make Joshua Taylor lose, but I don't think... I don't want to have him lose too many matches, if that makes sense. Obviously, he is kind of like the jobber of the main event scene, but he's going to lose at the pay-per-view, so I'll just throw that out there right now. Alright, there we go. I mean, that's going to work. Make Oxford the road agent there as well. I might keep J Cord strong. He's lost... No, he hasn't lost any popularity. I think we'll keep him strong. Just in case. Like, I don't really care about this main event for the TV show. Because we're not going to gain any popularity. And we're probably not going to lose any either. Because I think the overall show rating is going to be 80 or above. So we'll keep Jay strong. I really want the Andrews Cord match to be hopefully a 90 for the pay-per-view. Okay. So there's that match. I then want to have a tag team match between the Elite and the New Wave. Non-title match. I guess we can give it 16 minutes. I guess Brian can be the road agent there as well. And we are going to give the victory to the Elite. Yeah. Non-title victory. And the Elite are going to beat the New Wave. It is going to be tainted. And what we're going to do is we're going to have interference onto Scout by Wolf Hawkins. I guess we're kind of doing a little bit of a side storyline with the New Wave and of course Wolf at the moment. Pretty much as a result of my failure not booking a winner, or not booking Wolf to win that match in the last TV show. So there we go. And there'll be a Wolf Hawkins angle as well. But of course the New Wave are still going to be versing the Behemoths at the pay-per-view. Okay, up next, let's go with... It's much easier to use the male filter there. Of course, all the women we've just signed. Anyway, let's have Felipe Caballero take on Killer Shark. Okay, his popularity it's going up a little bit. It's back up to 64. Okay, it's going in the right direction. That's perfect. Okay, that makes me happy. That makes me happy. Alright, so he's pretty much just going to destroy Felipe Caballero here. He can't go for 12 minutes, so there we go. 10-minute match. Yeah, that's fine to go there. Let's go another 6-man tag. And I think we're gonna... Let's go with a bit of a mid-card match. So, let's go Ernest. I know he's obviously not an actual mid-carder yet, probably with his popularity. But let's also chuck in Nicky Gilbert onto the other team, so he can be joined by, I think, Ed Stone and I guess Danny Fonzarelli. And they can take on Mark Speed and Freddie Huggins. There we go. Really, really should push Freddie. I reckon he could be a star. He's already up there, like 64 popularity. Really pretty good in the ring. Like, he's pretty good. Star quality is pretty good as well. 80, so... Yeah, I really should push him. Anyway, I'll give this one 12 minutes. And we'll give... Let's give Freddie Huggins a victory. And I guess the loser can be Nicky. Yeah, it works. It works for now. Actually, let's make it tainted. Freddie Huggins does like to cheat, so it works. Next match, let's go with yeah, let's have Benny and the Fox, and they can take on Primetime Jack Pride and Moriarty Schnell. Up to 28 popularity there for Moriarty. Willie's at 24, and Primetime, obviously, much lower at 15. And I just exited out of that. Okay. So Benny and the Fox taking on Primetime Jack Pride and Moriarty Schnell. There we go. Alright, we'll give the victory to Flying Jimmy Fox. Yeah, it's just a good match to get the other guys on TV. But we do need to call the match. Script the match, sorry. Can't be called. Let's also make this the Wild... probably not the Wild Brawl match. Having these guys, the young guys, go all out is probably going to backfire. We might be able to do it for this one, though. Yeah, there we go. Okay, perfect. One more match. Let's have Maverick take on Sammy back. There we go. Sammy back, picking up the victory. And of course, he's going to be versing Troy Tornado at the pay-per-view. Alright, so start the show off with Sammy back. And he can be cutting a promo onto Troy Tornado. Let's just go 6 minutes. What's wrong? Oh, we're just not ready for time. Okay, main event. Let's go Aaron Andrews, Mighty Mo, Brandon James together. All on entertainment. We'll give him 8 minutes. Unscripted, I guess. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I guess we'll go with a J Cord angle after the show. That should be fine. Just like that. Oops, I've moved this match completely out of whack. Okay, that needs to go there. Yes. J Cord needs to go down. Okay. There we go. Alright, what else do I need? We need a Killer Shark Menace angle. There we go. That'll go before his match as well. And finally... Okay, so I think I want to make this match go up here. Is that right? Yeah, I mean, that works. Let's have it actually go one more above. Yeah, that works even better, because then we can do a Wolf Hawkins angle. And I guess he can cut it right onto Scout. That kind of makes even more sense. So there we go. We need to cut time, so we can just lower this one back down to 12 minutes. Take off the slow build there as well. Then we need 1 more minute, so we'll just lower it from here. Actually, keep that 12. Let's lower it from this one. Alright, there we go. Go home show finished. Let's do a pre-show match. Let's get the women on the pre-show. Alright, so faces. Let's go big. So Elena America and Danielle Sweetheart can take on Tiffany Jade and Juliet Balcony. Yes. I just noticed a lot of our heels have 0 popularity. We're out of time, unfortunately, Noah. Okay, so I guess we'll give... I kind of want to give the victory to Danielle Sweetheart. And then we'll make Juliet the loser. But I think at the pay-per-view, I might do Danielle versus Tiffany. Just to see how well they're going to perform on pay-per-view for us. It'll be interesting. Do we need a script? I don't think we do need to script it, do we? No, we don't need to script this one. Okay, that's perfect. I'll make it decisive as well. Okay, and then we'll add 1 more match, just another quick tag. And let's have Fat 40s take on... they can take on... Finleo Faraday and... yeah, Willie LaRue. We'll throw him in there, why not? And we'll give the victory to Dazzling Dave Diamond. Okay. That's our pre-show. Let's run the go-home show. Here we go. Starting off with a 54, we have Fat 40s defeating Finleo Faraday and Willie LaRue in 12.5 minutes, when Dazzling Dave Diamond pinned Willie with a Dazzle driver. And obviously Willie was the weak link. Still got a 37 though. Not too bad. And then we go into our first ever women's match. Getting a 59 on the pre-show. And we have Elena America and Danielle Sweetheart defeating Tiffany Jade and Juliet Balcony in 12-12, when Danielle Sweetheart pinned Juliet with a super kick. And then, as you'd expect, Juliet was the weak link in this one. But the gimmick. So Elena's gimmick got an initial rating of very good. Danielle's got a very good as well. Tiffany's martial arts master gimmick got an initial rating of great. And Juliet got an initial rating of great as well. So that's pretty good. Although Juliet seemed off her game. Okay, so we then start the show off. I forgot to put this where I wanted to put it, but that's fine. Seem to be forgetting about these guys quite a lot. But it does get a 100 rated angle, even though Scout wasn't actually rated on anything. We have Wolf cutting an angle onto Scout. Essentially speaking about last week, but of course also about their long withstanding history they have together. And Wolf essentially challenges him to a match next month after the pay-per-view. A rematch to try and get some revenge. We then go into a 97 rated angle where we have Sammy back, doing a similar thing, cutting his angle on his pay-per-view opponent, Troy Tornado. And of course, Sammy just basically roasts. He roasts Troy Tornado. Says that, there's no way that he's going to be able to beat him at the pay-per-view. Sammy back is levels above Troy Tornado. And he's still pretty pissed off that people put Troy Tornado in the same, main event scene as Sammy back. 97's pretty good. We then go into Sammy's match, which gets an 81. Kind of unexpected, anyway. We got Sammy back defeating Maverick in just under 12 minutes by submission with a back on your back. Yeah, it's a really good match from Sammy. Really good match from both of them, really. The next match, tag match, getting us a 53, where we have Benny and the Fox defeating Primetime Jack Pride and Moriarty Schnell in 10:30, when Flying Jimmy Fox pinned Primetime Jack Pride with a Flying Fox. Yeah, good match. Benny was off his game, but good to see our boys getting on the pay-per-view. Kind of wondering why it didn't call them by their stable name. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, we then go straight into another tag team match where we get a 76. We have the Elite defeating the New Wave in 11:35 when Eddie Chandler submitted Guide with a fabulous stretch after blatantly cheating. And of course, during the match, we also had Wolf Hawkins run in and attack Scout. You know, continuing that sort of, I guess, sort of side feud we got going on at the moment. Yeah, pretty good match, 76. And of course, the Elite picking up a non-title victory over the champions. We then go into a 69 for this sort of mid-card 6-man tag. Where we have Ernest Youngman, Mark Speed, and Freddie Huggins defeating Nicky, Gilbert, Ed Stone, and Danny Fonzarelli in 12:25 when Freddie pinned Nicky Gilbert with a handful of tights. I like that. I like that he won the match by rolling him up and grabbing his tights. 69 is not too bad. It's kind of about what you would expect for our mid-carders. We then go into an 81 rated menace angle from Killer Shark. So, as you can see, he's a lot better by himself. A lot better. That's going into his match, which gets a 59. Not too bad. That's a little bit low, actually. Anyway, we have Killer Shark defeating Felipe Caballero in 9:53 by pinfall with a big bite. But he only got a 59 in-ring performance, which I think is pretty low. Hopefully it's going to build up his popularity again. We then go into our pre-main event angle, getting an 89 rating, where we have Aaron Andrews, Mighty Mo, and Brandon James. And of course, they're trying to get on the same page, and they're essentially talking about each of their rivals at the moment. So obviously, for Aaron, it's Jay. For Mighty Mo, it is Josh Taylor. And for Brandon, it is Greg Gage. As you'd expect, Brandon James was very underwhelming. Okay. Although he did clearly enjoy having the freedom to go off script, so probably wasn't that bad. Anyway, the main event, it does relatively well, getting us an 82. And we have Aaron Andrews, Mighty Mo, and Brandon James defeating Jay Cord, Joshua Taylor, and Greg Gage in just under 20 minutes when Mighty Mo pinned Greg with a plunging spinebuster. Unfortunately, Aaron Andrews also seemed off his game in this one. Mighty Mo with an 89 in-ring performance. I mean, he is seriously getting up there right now. Very, very nice. And then finally, we finish off the show with a pretty pissed off Jay Cord. This angle does get a 100 rating for us, as we'd expect from our world champion. And yeah, he pretty much says, or he declares, that there is no way he is losing the world title to Aaron Andrews ever. Ever. Anyway, finish the show, we get an 85. Okay, there we go, perfect. And it increases our popularity in all 18 regions. That is perfect. Yeah, definitely happy with that. So 84, no increase. 85, and we get the increase. And of course, we're gearing up to go into the pay-per-view as well. I have to say, it's pretty perfect. Definitely looking forward to it. And we've definitely got the potential to put on our best ever match. Alright, so Supreme TV. I mean, they had some really good matches. 89, and then an 87 there as well, which is actually just a a rematch of their match they had on their last week's TV show. Yeah, 79, pretty much not even close to our 85. Who's this guy? Marty Simmons. I mean, he's not too bad. We could actually sign him. So he's part of a tag team. With Stevie Stanley as All Night Party. I mean, it's interesting. I just, I don't think we really need anyone else current champions. Yeah, I saw that. Okay. We get a 3.96 TV rating, so we're getting even closer. Only 25,000 away from reaching 3 million viewers. That's pretty impressive. Anyway. Is there anything else we need to do? Honestly, I don't think there is. Oh, we've actually gained up 1 point in the area battle. We're up to 81, and we were 80 before. Interesting. Do I want to add a team? Probably not yet. All right, let's just get into the pay-per-view. I want to start booking. We've only got, what, 28 minutes until the 3-hour mark, so I would like to keep it about 3 hours long for this stream. Of course, it is going to be uploaded to YouTube as well. I mean, Troy is pretty good. Now that I actually look at him, the 90 basics, 80 psychology, he's actually really good on the microphone as well, so his entertainment stats are pretty good. Probably should have given him a little bit of promo time as well. And not just Sammy back. Although Sammy is kind of the one we want to be pushing. Okay. So Eddie Chandler's contract is ending as well. I would like to keep him around. I do like the Elite. Apparently wants more money though. It's kind of strange. Can we get it back down to 1 year and offer him like 20,000? Okay, 20,020. Perfect. Nice. Alright, I guess 25%. 30%, wow. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's get into the pay-per-view. Alright, Summer Showdown, here we go. Alright, obviously going with North America Prime Select. Save selection, there we go. Our huge pay-per-view carrier. And we'll do some more meddling as well. Still no effect, okay. They're still at a strong dislike, which is not great, but... Ooh, are we up to 81? Ooh, we got to 81 in a couple of regions. So Great Lakes, Mid-Atlantic, Mid-South, Southeast, Southwest, and Tri-State. That's pretty cool. And we're expecting 56,000, man. We can't fit that many. So we're definitely going to sell at the Dust Bowl fields. Okay. I'm just wondering. So the next one is the Chase Dome, which is 75,000. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I guess we're going to stick with the Dust Bowl fields. All right, let's get into it. All right, so first match, we'll do the main event first. And of course, it is going to be Jay Cord taking on Aaron Andrews for the World Heavyweight title. Now, the thing is, how long do I want to do this match for? I kind of want to try 20 minutes. And I'm only saying that because when we've been doing longer matches in these pay-per-views, I feel like not sure if it's the match length. I want to try 20 minutes though. I want to try 20. I would normally probably do about 30, maybe even more, possibly. But I want to see how good this does. I think we'll definitely be doing this match again fairly soon, if not the next pay-per-view as well. For like a bit of a rematch, but just I need to see how 20 minutes goes, because the other ones, they've just been really weird. Like, you would expect them to be like 90s and above. They just haven't been like that. Anyway, up next, we're going to go with Mark Speed and Ed Stone. And that is, of course, for the television title. So there we go. And our boy is going to retain. I think we want Ed Stone to keep it for a little while longer before he tries to make the step up to the main event scene. Up next, we've got the World Tag Team titles. So the New Wave taking on the Behemoths in a rematch. Titan's popularity is only 58s, so I think he should be pretty fine taking a pay-per-view loss. What happened there? Oh. Guess I didn't book it properly anyway. There we go. Okay. So, World Tag Team titles. And I think we'll give Scout the victory. So, loser's going to be Titan. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen, Noah. Killer Shark's going to be pissed off. The fact that he lost the match again. I'm also going to keep Killer Shark strong. Just in case, because we've started to rebuild his popularity. Back up to 65 now. So we want to make sure that we keep that intact. Okay. We have to do, I guess, 18 minutes maybe. Nope. Okay. 16 minutes. There we go. Wait, what? Oh, slow build. My bad, my bad. I was wondering why that wasn't working, because I'm pretty sure we've done long matches with him before. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Up next, we need... okay, so it's going to be Sammy Back and Troy Tornado. I think we'll try and give him 20 minutes. We might give them a little bit less. And obviously, it's a pretty straightforward victory there. As obviously, Troy's not really very high in my pecking order, if we're being honest. The next match is going to be Josh Taylor and Mighty Mo If I can find Josh Taylor, there he is. And there is Mighty Mo. This one's also going to be 20 minutes, of course. And, yeah, I think we'll go Mighty Mo. I was thinking about making Taylor, and then they can continue their storyline. But we might continue it anyway. We'll just have to wait and see. I think I might put that can stay there. Let's move Ed Stone up one. Yep. Alright. And the final, well, really kind of the final match we've actually booked will be Brandon James taking on Greg Gage in what is essentially their last match together. So, give that one 20 minutes as well. And as you can expect, you kind of know who's going to win this one. DQ. DQ, is that for Josh Taylor, Mighty Mo? That could be a good way to end that match, actually. To make sure we continue it. Alright, where are we? So I guess we'll make it a cheap win with Mighty Mo getting the victory. Okay. I guess intentional DQ or rage DQ. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Just do DQ. There we go. So yeah, Mo still gets the victory, but it's rage. Alright, we'll go rage. So rage DQ finish, there we go. Alright, so I do need one more match, and I want a cool down match before our main event. So, with that being said, do I want to put the women on before the men? Let's do a singles match, and let's have... We'll do what we wanted to do. So Tiffany Jade and Danielle Sweetheart. Now, they will probably rate pretty well. I think they'll rate really well, to be honest. And we're going to have Tiffany Jade pick up a victory. I think we'll make it decisive as well. Yeah, why not? So this one's going to be Calm the Crowd. And it's going to go on just before our main event. Right there, perfect. Okay, so now on the pre-show, we need to do a few things. So let's have... Who do we want to have? Who would be a decent opponent for Eddie Peak on the pre-show? I guess T-Bone Bright would be pretty interesting. And where is Eddie? Wait, where is Eddie? Did his contract run out? Hold on. Oh, I completely forgot about his rehab. I completely forgot about that, yeah. How did I forget about that? I don't understand. Anyway, okay, never mind. I guess we'll do something else. So with that said, let's go with Nicky Gilbert, and he can verse Jack Pride. Yeah. And then we'll give Nicky the victory there, because hopefully he'll rub off a little bit onto Jack Pride. And I guess we can make this the Wild Brawl match. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Oh, and we, of course, need to script it as well. Then we'll do a tag team match, and we'll have Divine Fortune take on our boys. They can take on Moriarty Schnell and Willie LaRue. That'll be a good match as well. Let's give Daryl the victory. Obviously, Chance is pretty old. Kind of like Daryl better anyway. Let's make it Parker as well and Brent Hill. Once again, need to call the match because script the match. Sorry, because Moriarty can't call. Jeez, don't even know what I'm talking about at the moment. So that'll be storytelling. And then I guess we'll do one more pre-show match. We'll do a big 6-man tag. And let's have who have we got left? Okay, so let's have Ernest, Finley Faraday, and Maverick. Wolf. We'll go Wolf. I want Wolf to get on the pay-per-view. And they can take on the team of Sim Clay. Good to see you again, man. Just in time to see the pay-per-view. They can take on T-Bone Bright, Will Beaumont, and I once again forgot to change Ty's name. We'll do that now. Yeah, you missed a decent chunk, man. We've got a women's division now as well. So you missed me signing our 10 women to begin the division. I'll show you them. I'll show you them in a second. We also made a couple of new signings. We signed Will Beaumont and Ty the Innovator, and they're going to be in our Australian stable that we got going on at the moment, and they're called Thunder from Down Under. And if I show you Will here, Will is pretty special. He's definitely something special. 100 star quality, 91 charisma, 97 sex appeal. And, you know, he's not too bad in the ring either. And as you can see, amazing baby face and a marketing dream. So we're going to eventually book him to be our figurehead. That's pretty... Well, I mean, it's evident that that's by far the best thing to do with our company at the moment. And he's on a 10-year contract, so it's pretty perfect. Pretty perfect. Oh, nice. Group B won by Mighty Mo. Group A, Greg, Casey, Valentine, and Wolf draw all with 12 points. Okay. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so we'll give this match 12 minutes on the pre-show. And we'll make Brent Hill the road agent. And I think we'll just give Wolf the victory here. Just because his momentum's a little bit down. A little bit. Okay. And of course, we can't call the match either, so we've got to script it. Alright, what's our problem? Ray Johnson, too much refereeing. Parker-Terry. There we go, Parker-Terry. Okay, perfect. We'll make that our pre-show main event. Oh, that's... This match needs to be on the pre-show. There we go. There we go, okay. I think we're good. Alright, so let me change a few things in the roster. Obviously, we'll change Ty's name first. So, Pomero. There we go, Ty Pomero. Back to his original name. Perfect, okay, now he kind of sounds normal, I guess, would be the way to say it. And then, yeah, I'll show you the women's division, so... well, let's do wrestlers as well. Role wrestler. Okay. So this is our women's division at the moment. Gimmick. I don't want to change his gimmick right now. I know it was awful, but I think if we change it too soon again, it might mess up the next gimmick as well. Possibly. Anyway. So we've got Elena America, who is very talented. Probably our second best face we have. We then got Black Diamond, who is an up-and-comer. Really good entertainment stats, pretty good, primary skills there. And she's very, very athletic. She's a heel at the moment, but she can play both. Obviously, Danielle Sweetheart, kind of a stalwart for QAW. She's kind of our top face at the moment. And she's going to be taking on Tiffany Jade at the pay-per-view. On pay-per-view. We then got Juliet Balcony, who's a relatively good heel. Really good entertainment stats there. And she's not too bad in the ring, so good psychology, good basics. Seems good enough. We then got Calliope Woodchuck, who I'm a bit, big fan of, I guess. Kind of one of the only, she was essentially the only woman that wrestled in Australia. Well, she's from New Zealand, but she worked for Zen, and she was like the only woman that was actually in the game in 2016 to begin with. We then got Katya Kornishkova, who's okay. Really bad psychology, but everything else looks pretty good. Pretty good. We got Ruby Reese, who is... She looks pretty amazing for 23 years old. She's got 90 basics, really good stamina. Pretty good charisma. Star quality is a little bit low. But everything else looks really good with her, so... I'm kind of happy to have her. I think she's a face for us at the moment. Then got Sabrina Wells, who also looks really good entertainment stats, really good basics and psychology. Really good in the ring as well, actually, with her primaries. I might push her pretty quick. She does look good. We then got Spider Asako, who is a Japanese wrestler, or coming in from Japan. And yeah, she's good. Obviously not going to be doing anything on the mic, but that's fine. Everything else looks pretty good for her. Psychology is a little bit low, but that should improve. She's only 20 years old. And I do kind of look like her gimmick. So I'm happy with that. And then finally, our future champion for the women's division, Tiffany Jade. We did snap her up. And as you can expect, she's going to be our top woman probably for the foreseeable future. So yeah. Anyway, we got our angles to do. So let's go for J-Cord. And he's going to have the pre-main event angle. So we'll get that one booked in to go before our main event. We do have a cooldown match. The women's match is going to be cooldown. You don't like building women's division in companies which don't have one? Yeah, I would agree with you. Without stealing major rival talent, they let go. For some reason, it's just hard to build up from nothing. I would agree. But I think it can be done. And it's more of just a project, really, more than anything. And we're just going to kind of see what happens. So, obviously, Tiffany and Danielle, they're going to be our main rivalry, at least for quite some time. Alright, so let me do, I think we want to do a menace angle for Killer Shark and Titan, even though they are going to be losing their rematch. It's mainly just for Killer Shark, if I'm being honest. I do really want him to continue the rebuild back towards... Yeah, back towards our push for him and storyline. Yeah, it's a good idea. That is a very good idea. So we'll check that on to the match itself. There we go, perfect. Thank you, Noah. Appreciate that. That little helpful tip there. Alright, so next, I think we'll go Sammy back with an angle. Of course, he's going to be winning tonight, so we'll give him 6 minutes. It's going to be Joel Bryant, yeah. Can we make it Oxford? Yes, okay, cool. Alright, there we go. How much time we got left? All right, let's go one for Greg Gage and one for Mighty Mo. Okay. Don't need to do that. All right, so that's going to be Oxford as well. Okay. There we go. Perfect. So we'll drag this one back to the Behemoth match. One more. There we go. And then this one for Greg Gage. One more for Mighty Mo. I guess we'll give Mo 8 minutes. Why not? We've got the time. I guess we can make this one 8 minutes as well. We've still got some more time. Maybe I should give Juliet as a manager and her in her mid-40s. Had her all year pretty much. That's pretty cool. Yeah, let's give Tiffany Jade an angle. Does she have entertainment skills? Yeah, she kind of does. Let's have Tiffany cut an angle onto Danielle Sweetheart. Okay, nice. And that should be our show. Where am I at? There we are. Okay. That is 188 minutes. We are ready to go. Looking forward to the main event, to be honest. Anyway, let's run the show. We start off with a 52 for our first pre-show match. Divine Fortune defeating Moriarty, Schnell, and Willie LaRue in 12.5 minutes when Daryl pinned Moriarty with a Divine Dream Drop. Good match. Yeah, I mean, the boys, they're kind of improving. Slowly. We then go into a 46 where we have Nicky Gilbert pinning Primetime Jack Pride in 12 minutes by pinfall with a Fisherman's Suplex. And we did actually sell out the Dust Bowl. Over 50,000, well, 50,000 exactly, but I'm sure a lot of people would be trying to get inside the building. And our final pre-show match, getting a 66, we have Ernest Youngman, Finleo Faraday, and Wolf Hawkins defeating T-Bone Bright, Will Beaumont, and Ty Pomero in just under 12 minutes when Wolf Hawkins pinned Will with a Full Moon Rising. And there we go, Ty Pomero getting better at his gimmick. So that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping he would start to get better at it. Because obviously we can't exactly change it right now. Otherwise, the new gimmick would be penalized for being too soon after his last gimmick change. So yeah, that's good to see. I'm happy about that. Alright, we then start the show off with a 92 rated angle for Greg Gage. And of course, he's going up against his kind of his arch nemesis at the moment, being Brandon James. That match gets a 77, where we have Greg Gage defeating Brandon with Brandon in 1944 11 by submission with a Proton Lock. And yeah, they both seemed off their games. So yeah, that's a strange one. They're both off. And obviously that kind of affected the overall match rating there as well. Yeah, anyway, that's fine. It's probably going to be the final match. I might do one more. We'll just have to wait and see. Oh, wow. Okay, it's definitely going to be the last match then. Yeah. Brandon James almost botched a move on Greg Gage. Almost injured him with a botch. That's not good. Anyway, this is good. We get a 100 rated angle here for Mighty Mo. And he did a masterful job improvising interaction with the crowd. Also forgot to do what I forgot to do before the pay-per-view was to change the announce team again. Because we left it with Max Smith, Lee Bambino, and Ernie Turner. We got to put Mitch Nace in the commentary booth for pay-per-view. for our pay-per-views going forward, damn it. Alright, so this match gets a 79 where we have Mighty Mo defeating Joshua Taylor in just under 20 minutes when Joshua Taylor got disqualified after going into an attacking rage. Yeah, I mean, that's a good way. That really is a good way to continue their storyline together. So I'm happy about that. Okay, moving on to an 80 rated match. We have Ed Stone defeating Mark Speed in 2020 by pinfall with a party's over. Ed Stone making defense number 6 of the TCW television title. Yeah, it's a really good match. Really solid mid-card match. And of course, Ed Stone's starting to get up into that upper mid-card range in regards to his performances. Alright, we then go into a 100 rated angle for Sammy Back, going into his feud against Troy Tornado. That match also getting a 79, where we have Sammy Back defeating Troy Tornado in 2012 by submission with a back on your back. And unfortunately, Sammy Back was really off his game in this one as well. Yeah, it's not great. It's kind of frustrating. He was really off his game. Anyway, moving on to a 76 rated Menace angle from the Behemoths, going into the World Tag Team title rematch, trying to reclaim their titles. That one does a 72, where we... What's with everybody being off their game tonight, man? That's frustrating. Anyway, the New Wave defeat the Behemoths in 2023 when Scout submitted Titan with a Texas Cloverleaf, and the New Wave make defense number 1 of their TCW World Tag Team titles, and Scout carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. But yeah, both Guide and Killer Shark are off their games. It's the summer heat putting them off, rather be at the beach. Yeah, it's a good point. That's a good point to make. It's just strange, like, it seems like nearly every match there's someone. Alright, moving on to a 67 rated angle. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. I didn't expect it to be that good for these two. And obviously it's only rated on Tiffany's Entertainment. 67. And the match is also a 67. Wow. Okay. We have Tiffany Jade defeating Danielle Sweetheart in 12-17 by pinfall with a Green Destiny. And yeah, as planned, the match brought the fans back down a little. And also, Danielle Sweetheart is getting better at her gimmick. Yeah, very similar in-ring performances there. Alright, so we then go back up to a 100 rated angle from our world champion, Jay Cord. And of course, he says, once again, there is no way that he's losing his world title to Aaron Andrews, the failure who lost his title to Wolf Hawkins, who, of course, Jay Cord beat at the last pay-per-view. Please be a good main event. Please. It's not good enough. We get an 81 for our main event. I feel like this deserved a 90. It might be the match length. The fact that it was only 20 minutes this time, as opposed to the longer match time. It's also obviously the announcing and of course the color commentary from Max Smith. I think Ernie Turner was actually okay, because his name isn't here and it doesn't say color commentary. It just says Max Smith. But we have Jay Cord defeating Aaron Andrews in just over 20 minutes by pinfall with a cradle pile driver. It's getting late now. J Cord making defense number 2 of the TCW World Heavyweight title. And J Cord had a 94 in-ring performance. And Aaron Andrews had a 92 there. Yeah, interesting. Alright, so the dirt sheet. What does the dirt sheet say? Segment rating was penalized for a crowd starting to get burned out. You had to calm the crowd match before this. There was one angle. One angle in between. And we got penalized for that. Also, inconsistency there from Aaron Andrews. It's a little bit frustrating. But how is the crowd getting burnt out? Anyway, end the show. Okay, that's really not good. 82 overall rating. And we overused Danielle Sweetheart. Far too much. Yikes. That's a breach of our pay-per-view contract. Alright, let's go Greg. He's probably going to be upset. Who else? I mean, Ed Stone. Yeah, Tiffany, I guess. Oh, this is a yikes. This pay-per-view. I'm kind of worried about the 82. After the cooldown, go epic or spectacular. Yeah, I think we should probably do that. I think you're right, Sinclair. Oh, it's so frustrating though. Okay, so we finished 2nd out of 3 in the American area battle. Mighty Mo thinks Danielle Sweetheart talks well. Give her promo time and the crowds will respond. Okay. Pay-per-view buy rate 6.56, so just under 3.3 million pay-per-view buys. And yeah, North America Prime Select are unhappy with the quality of last night's TCW Summer Showdown, which did not meet their minimum requirement. You have cooldown matches achieving 79, so imagine if it wasn't a cooldown. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, well, there we go. So that's the pay-per-view. We made $4.3 million last month. So that's good. The money situation's really, really good at the moment. Wasn't even the worst match on the card. Ooh, Mexico, yeah, we'll have a look. We're still at 25. That's frustrating. Have to wait maybe one more month. What's the let's have a look at the industry in Mexico. Oh, that's Ireland, Mexico. I mean, it's pretty good. 72 wrestling industry. Canada's got a 93. Alright, so I don't think we'll be going to Oceania anytime soon. So let's forget about that. Okay. Anyway, I think that's probably going to do us. You got US wrestling up to 100, now falling. Hopefully we can do that as well. Anyway, I think that that is going to do us. Let's just have a look at some popularity before I do end the stream. I just want to look at J Cord. Okay, so his popularity is definitely up there quite a bit now. Up to 87. There's a few 88s in there as well. So he's definitely getting over, which is great. I guess Aaron Andrews up next as well. So it doesn't look like he lost any popularity. Oh, he might have lost 1 point, actually. I think he lost 1 point. So that's not too bad. Obviously, Wolf is not doing too well. What about Mighty Mo? Ooh, Mighty Mo's up there. Up to a 79 in the Mid-South. Mo might be the next challenger. I was thinking about going with Sammy back again. But I think we might give an opportunity to Mo here. I think he does deserve it. White hot momentum as well. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Finally, let's check out Greg wherever he is. He's up here. Okay, it's not too bad. 73, which is definitely up from last month a little bit. Yeah, 3 points of pop. Okay. Actually, final person, Killer Shark. At least he didn't lose any from losing that match. So, that's fine. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Okay. Yeah, that's going to wrap up the stream, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight or today, wherever you are. Do appreciate it. It's 2:15 in the morning for me now, so I'm going to go to bed and enjoy my Sunday and record a BCG episode or two, hopefully. Yeah. Anyways, apart from that, as always, guys, take it easy. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, come over to the stream, like the live stream, give it a follow, and hopefully you'll be able to watch some of these in the future. If you're on YouTube, make sure you give the video a like if you're watching at the end. And yeah, bye guys.